What is going on, my friends? Ryan here with another video for you. So you might notice compared to like that little intro sequence compared to now, it's a little bit darker. That's because, well, life happens and it's taken me 6 hours since I set this stuff up to be able to film it. So, you know, it's a little bit different, but that's alright. So last week I talked about my motivational wins journal, and I changed the title on my video to match that because it is motivational to me and I believe it can be motivational to you. Along with that wins journal, you know, I talked about setting goals, like I said, daily goals in it. And one of the things that I have been researching is what makes an effective goal. Like, how do you set effective goals? And there's quite a lot out there to be had, especially if you YouTube. Like, I YouTubed, you know, typed in my phone in the YouTube, and I typed in goal setting. And one of the videos that popped up, which I'll put, you know, up, wrong side, put up there, I'll put somewhere. I'm new at this, what do you want? It was a TedX video from a few years ago, and it has, well, let's just look. Let's look and see how many millions of views it has. It has 3.8 million views. 3.8 million views. It's right here. You probably doesn't want to focus, stupid thing. So it's how to achieve your most ambitious goals by Stephen, and I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm not going to murder it. Now, his big point that he talks about is you set your goal and then you incrementally chase after it. Now, I have spent many years in life wondering why I can't get to my goal, some of the goals I've had for many, many years. And that's because in my mind, the way that a goal worked was you just did one thing and you were at your goal, right? So instead of it being like A, B, C, D, E, it was like A and then you're at E. Now in that TEDx video, he talks about, you know, A to B to C to D to E, and then you're at your goal. He talks about incrementalism, and I've never had that viewpoint, honestly. So for me, my viewpoint of how I actually would achieve a goal, and how to actually set a goal and how to break that down so that I can do it, was way off base. And I started looking at that, and another guy that I've been listening to a lot lately on YouTube is Dr. Jordan Peterson. He talks about setting aims, which are goals, and he talks about, you know, breaking it down, setting yourself a schedule, setting yourself on a path to be able to achieve those. Like, what do you want it to look like? And breaking it down so that every day you're doing something to move you in that direction. And see, I've always thought that it would take, you know, like one event. Like one event and then I would be at my goal. Or I would take one step and I would be at my goal. Not, I would go from A to B to C, all the way through Z if I have to get to it. And I think that is the most, to me, the most powerful thing, most powerful realization I've had about goals. Is that it's not an instantaneous thing. You don't go from not being at your goal to being at your goal. You make steps towards that goal. Now, the daily goals that I talked about in the wins journal are completely different. That's just, you know, goals that I have for the next day, like, you know, take the dogs for a walk, or, you know, work on the car, or do the dishes when my wife isn't home. So they're different goals, and the goals that I'm talking about are big goals. Like, when I grow up, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. Those kind of goals. And each day, like for me, each day I put down a goal that I know is a little increment to my next big goal. And to me, if you go and watch the TedX video, because it's really good and it makes a lot of sense and it's put together well. But for me, I never looked at it that way. I never looked at it as like incremental increase. Like, if I do this one thing a day, if I change this one aspect, just one aspect, if I change that and I do it different today, down the road I will get to whatever. So I think that has made a huge impact for me. Hopefully it makes a huge impact for you. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments, you know, what are some of the goals you're shooting for? Whether it's, you know, just being a friendlier person, you know, helping out more around the house. I mean, it could be, you know, it could be career goals, it could be personal goals, it could be like, one of my goals that I have started partaking is I want to read more. So my whole thing is I want to read like a book a month, right? And so I broke it down, and you know, if I can just read like 15 minutes a day, and you average the amount of time that people, the amount of words that people can read a minute, and how many words you read in 15 minutes, and the average length of a book, and blah de blah de blah de blah, I should be able to read a book a month, right? Just by taking a 15-minute chunk a day and putting it there. Here are some takeaway points that I learned from watching the video and that I have seen work in my life. Is one, you can do anything with incremental increase. So if your goal is way up here and you're way down here, make a little step, make another little step, make another little step, make another little step, and eventually you'll get there. Number two is don't be afraid to write it down. Which, watching some of Dr. Perterson's videos, you know, that apparently appears to be quite a problem, is people not wanting to write it down, because then it becomes concrete and they can fail at it. So look, write it down. I mean, I love Jesus and I'm all about the Bible, so in the book of Habakkuk, I believe it's chapter 2, probably verse 2, it says, write the vision, make it plain, so that he may run and will not faint. See, if you write a vision and you keep that in your focus and you're looking at it and you have it, you can continually run after it, even if you have little failures, even if you have times where stuff doesn't look quite the way you want it to look, you can go after it. And you won't give up on it because you have it written down, like, this is what I want to be like, this is my vision, this is a vision that I have, and I want to go after it. You know, like, making these videos has been a really long goal of mine, 2 or 3 years, and I finally just decided the only way I'm going to make them is just to make them. So you guys are participating in the fulfillment of that by watching it. But yeah, like I said, let me know some of your goals down in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. That would be great. I'd appreciate it. Also, I'm Ryan, and I'm planning to put out a video, you know, once a week. And if this kind of stuff is something you're into, it's typically going to be, you know, Bible-based. I'm looking at trying to start putting together a series. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and get some notifications of when I upload. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless.